I studied at the Art College in Belfast in the 90s and then at the Royal College over in London. I left there about 5 years ago and just went travelling around Australia and the States, and then come home 3 years ago just to set up the business. Moved out to Benburb about a year and a half ago to set up the pottery out here, and I've just been situated here since. The pottery is influenced largely by just their ability to function. You know, they're very functional pieces, but they're also meant to be quite engaging pieces, like attractive to look at and quite different from normal pieces of pottery. So that might be through the choice of glaze, colour, or the actual form of the pieces. Some of the pots, like these trophic bowls, you know, I would make them as a traditional thrown pot and then rip them open, and they would become a fish or a bread platter. So I like doing things quite different with the pottery and sort of turning on its head what people normally expect of a functioning sort of piece of pottery. It wouldn't be a technique that other potters regularly use. Same with the Armagh bowl and a few other pieces that I would make. I would throw them and then maybe a day or two later turn them upside down, and it would be the original bottom of the pot that you would then eat off or serve off. I would start off obviously wedging the clay, preparing it. I would have a form in mind when I would go to make something. Again, I would use very soft clay because I like to be able to manipulate the clay quite easily when I am throwing with it. Quite a few of my pieces aren't turned in the traditional way that pottery or table ceramics would be, so I like them to be soft and manoeuvrable so that I can, say, cut them and open them out, and they keep a certain freshness of you know, the quality of the clay when it has been thrown still exists in the piece after it's been fired. Obviously then I'd let the pieces dry out and then fire them. First, that would be a bisque firing. Get them out of the kiln and glaze them at that stage. And say like the red pieces, this bowl, it would be an earthenware firing, so it would fire back up to about 1100 centigrade. The blue glaze is a stoneware clay, so it would fire up to about 1300 degrees centigrade. And I just used very bright and lively and interesting colours, and just in how, say, even the glaze breaks on the edge of some of these pieces, they become a decorational technique in themselves rather than actually applying something to the actual object. The type of shops that would be buying the work would be gallery type shops. So people are maybe looking to buy something for a wedding gift, or you know, something unique that they don't need to have 30 of, you know, in a dinner set. Yeah, they're quite one-off pieces. People either like them or they don't like them, and that's part of the joy about them. Part of why I moved out to Benburb was because we had the option of extending, you know, outside just myself. There was properties available that we could get other craft producers and artists into, and since I've moved out, we've got Alison Fitzgerald of Greenwood Baskets. There's Michelle Ward, who's an artist in residence, a painter, and now Rebecca's moving in. She's a photographer, and we plan to expand that. So, you know, the artist community here at Benburb is just multiplying year on year, and that's ideally what we want, is to build a growing community that then customers and clients from all over Northern Ireland and the South will actually know that Benburb's a place to go to, you know, where you've got great choice and great quality work. Benburb, like, part of the joy of it is that it's such a beautiful location, you know, and people from Northern Ireland and from the South will get to know it as a place to come for good quality craft and art products, and also it's got a beautiful setting, so it's very attractive for people to come and visit. It used to be the making, and then it used to be the glazing, where you would get quite excited about what was coming out of the kiln. For me now, it's actually selling the pot at the end of the day, because I know that when I've sold the pot, I've got money, and that allows me to do things, and that's the best part of it. You know, that people actually want the work and they're happy to pay for it. I would hopefully, obviously developing in that I would be producing work for a lot more galleries and shops throughout Ireland and the UK, and also developing the actual studio space at Benburb, maybe developing a coffee shop type restaurant facility, you know, where people can actually watch what's being made whilst enjoying, say, a lunch or whatever it is they would like to do. And also to be getting in some other producers into the studio, other producers making work under the Waha brand but also under their own name. I've feeling the more we have here, even if it's another 3 or 4 potters, you know, that will attract even more people. All that competition is good.